Michael Orantes had a single request for doctors before they put him on a ventilator: "Please make sure I wake up," the Inglewood resident said. "I have a 2-year-old daughter." Doctors took his command seriously, and, in the end, fulfilled it. But it took quite a while. Orantes was admitted to Centinela Hospital Medical Center in Inglewood on March 25, among the first 4 or 5 patients with the coronavirus that the facility saw. Since that time, doctors at Centinela Hospital have cared for 408 patients with COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus, said Chief Medical Officer Dr. Paryus Patel. They have safely sent home 304 patients, including, last week, Orantes. But 74 others have died. And Orantes, a healthy 32-year-old, is a prime example of the dangers the coronavirus poses even among the young and healthy. Centinela Hospital, Patel said, has seen larger amounts of young Latino males with the catastrophic disease. His observations reflect the data countywide, which shows people 18 to 40 years old making up a majority of new cases. Data on race and ethnicity presented last week also show that Latinos were more than twice as likely as whites to be infected with the coronavirus and twice as likely to die. Last week, Barbara Ferrer, LA County's public health director, continually pointed out that more and more young people were being hospitalized with the disease. Half of all deaths occurred among nursing home residents and 93% had health problems. But that still meant 7% of those who died were otherwise healthy. As of Monday, 822 had died. That represents dozens of people who thought they had no risk from dying, Ferrer said Wednesday, July 8. More than 2,000 people in LA County were hospitalized because of the coronavirus as of Monday, a sharp increase from about 1,400 just a few weeks ago. Orantes' story also underscores the herculean work doctors and nurses have undertaken to get as many people home as possible. Orantes, recovering at home, declined to be interviewed because he was still too weak. His journey, after all, was far from easy. The amount of care that went into him was astronomical, Patel said. Typically when you see those scenarios, the survival is less than 10%. I'm very proud of the team and hospital. A week before Orantes was admitted to the hospital, he had returned from a trip to Spain and had begun feeling so ill that he needed medical attention. He was diagnosed with COVID-19 and his condition quickly declined. His body developed acute respiratory distress syndrome, a sudden and serious lung condition. 3 days after arriving at the emergency department, Orantes was put on a ventilator, a forced breathing apparatus inserted down the airways while the patient is unconscious. And that's how he remained for the next 60 days as doctors and nurses battled to keep him alive.